Hello beautiful yogis, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Maya, nice to meet you. Today's class will be all about Sun Salutation B. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is a sequence that we use in yoga to warm up the body so that we can begin to progress into the more complicated and fun yoga postures. All we are going to need for today's practice is yourself, of course, some comfortable clothing as always, and a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, carpet is also great. All you need is a soft surface and yourself. Water would be nice to have. Okay, we're gonna get right into the video, but before we do, please like and subscribe down below so that you can support free yoga directly to the comfort of your home or wherever you are in the world. Without further ado, when you are ready, meet me at the top of your mat in a standing position. Begin at the top of your mat with your feet in shoulder width distance and your palms facing forward. Close down your eyes and begin to take some deep cycles of breath, inhaling through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Inhale with your nose, exhale, sigh it out. One more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Bring your breath back to a normal pace, however you would usually breathe. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Notice how your yoga mat is feeling underneath your mat, and become present in this moment right now. Feel into the soles of your feet. Notice how your body is feeling. And slowly with your mind, begin to take a scan from the top of your head all the way to your toes. So begin to notice how your forehead's feeling. Are you clenching in your jaw? As you go down, release tension in your shoulders. Maybe even shake out your wrists a little bit. Notice, are you feeling any pain along your back today? Slowly bring your scan down to your hips. How are your hips feeling? Are they feeling a little uneven? Just start to notice what your body is telling you. As you slowly begin to scan, going down your legs, noticing any tightness or soreness that you might be feeling today. And finally ending at your feet, where they connect you to Mother Earth, grounding you and supporting you all day, every day. Take one more deep cycle of breath. Exhale, release. Now that we have found the present moment, let's go ahead and get right into our sequence. Tiptoe your feet a little closer together, almost to where your feet are touching, but not quite. You should have about an inch between your feet. Bend your knees as you scoop your arms forward into a chair pose. Your weight should be in your heels, so if you go to wiggle your toes, you should be able to wiggle them. Sit back in your chair as if you're sitting down on an actual chair. Your arms are reaching up forward like a lightning bolt. If this is too much, bring your hands to heart center. One more breath in your chair. Inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms up. Exhale, dive over your lap, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. As you exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands right by your ribcage as you push up, upward facing dog. It's up to you if you're going to straighten out your arms or keep them slightly bent. Enjoy the stretch. I love how this feels in my hip flexors. Tuck your toes and push back, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep cycles of breath here. Notice how your down dog is feeling. Maybe pedal out one leg at a time, walk the dog if you're feeling a little tight. Keep a bend in your knees. No need to go into the full variation. You can always keep your knees bent. Beautiful job, yogis. Right leg lifts up to the sky, 3-point down dog. Make sure that you can still see your toes. If you can't see your toes, readjust your hips, square them off. Inhale here. Exhale, pull your knee through. Warrior 1. So in Warrior 1, your arms are reaching up above head. Your right foot is facing forward, and your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Your hips and your shoulders should be squared off to the front of your mat. Take one more breath, maybe bending a little deeper in your front leg. Inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Palms touch the mat as you pivot on your back foot. Step back with your right leg. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. It's up to you if your knees are touching the mat or if they're lifted. Inhale. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Once again, take 3 cycles of breath. Keep a slight bend in your knees if you're feeling a little tight in your legs. Relax your shoulders. They should not be up by your ears. Pull them down a little bit. Walk the dog if that felt good last time. One more cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, 3-point down dog, flex your foot, make sure that you can still see your toes. If not, pull your left hip down. There you go, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, pull your knee through. Warrior 1. Reach your arms up overhead. Same rules applied here. Check in with your hips, check in with your shoulders. They should be facing forward. Your left foot is facing towards the top of the mat, and your right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Enjoy this warrior pose. You are so strong. If the arms are too much, you always have the option to come down to heart center. One more breath, yogis. Bend through your front leg a little more. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, release down to the mat. Pivot on your back foot. Inhale here. Exhale to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, it's up to you. Are your knees touching the mat or are they lifted? Take one more cycle of breath. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back, downward facing dog. Take 3 cycles of breath. If that was your first time doing Sun B, I'm so proud of you. Although it looks simple, it is challenging for sure, and I have definitely started sweating. Are you sweating at home? So we're just going to do one sequence today. Beautiful job. Bend your knees and come down into a wide-legged child's pose. As you reach your arms forward and relax your forehead down on the mat. Take 3 deep cycles of breath, giving gravity the chance to open up your hips. Lift your forehead off of the mat and walk your hands back. Push up into a box pose. So make sure that your knees are tucked underneath your hips. Inhale your chin tailbone up, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Round your spine. Inhale, glancing up. Exhale, cat. Last time, inhale, glance up. Exhale, round. Come back to a neutral spine. You have the option to tuck your toes or leave them untucked. It's up to you. Right arm lifts up to the sky. And begin to take big circles going forward towards the top of the mat and back. So as you do these circles, move your hips along with you. There you go. We're getting mobile in the shoulder. Opposite direction. Reaching forward and all the way back. Last one. And come back to your box. Left arm lifts up to the sky. Big reach. Reach forward and back around. Big circles. One more time. Reverse the direction. Going forward and back. Last one. And release, box pose. Tuck your toes if they're not already tucked. Push back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands, well, not your hands. Walk your feet out to be mat width distance. And begin to walk your hands back just a little bit. Right hand reaches for your left ankle as you twist underneath your armpit. Make sure that you're not locking at your knees. And release. Opposite arm, left hand reaches for your right ankle, take a twist. Keep that slight bend in your elbow and your knees. I know it might look like I'm locked out right now, but I am double jointed. So please don't think that I'm locking out. Your practice is going to look different than mine, for sure. Every single time, your practice will look different. Release your ankle, and come back to a downward facing dog. Walk your feet back together. Take a child's pose, but this time with your knees touching. Your arms can be reaching out in front of you, or you can pull them back to be next to your feet. Palms facing up if you take this variation. Rest your forehead down on the mat, and take 3 cycles of breath, focusing on how your body is feeling. No need to compare how you were feeling before and how you're feeling now. There's no need for comparison. The only thing that matters is right now in this moment. Just take notice of how you're feeling. I invite you to stay in child's pose all day if you would like to. Stay here. I would stay here all day if I could. Stay here as long as you would like. But if you are ready to end today's practice, meet me in a comfortable seated position so that we can close out today's practice together, breathing together. So find your own comfortable position, however that looks like for you. Rest your hands on your legs. Inhale, circle your arms up above head. Exhale, pull them into heart center. Inhale, your prayer palms up above head. Exhale, release to the side. Last deep breath together. Gather up all this beautiful energy that we have created together today. Inhale, fill up your lungs completely. Exhale, pull it into heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's practice. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know down below in the comment section. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'm sending you so much love. And if you like today's video, you will probably also like the Sun A salutation that I put out a couple weeks ago. So I will link that in this video somewhere here. It's gonna be around here somewhere. A box is gonna pop up. Definitely go check out my Sun Salutation A flow. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'm wishing you the very best going forward. Mwah! Mwah! Bye! I feel like a secret ninja today. What?